Dear Badger, Penguin and I decided to look for Mr. Polar Bear tomorrow. I've always wanted to see Mr. Polar Bear. Have you seen him before? Maybe he is taller than Giraffe. Brown Bear is quite busy stocking up on food for winter at Duck's Bakery. Did you know that Duck's Bakery is already 200 years old? It is older than Mr. Goat's paper shop and Mr. Deer's old clock shop. Duck is already 80 years old. It is actually her grandmother's old shop. When I was little, my grandma used to bake many delicious cakes for me to eat. Duck doesn't quite look like a squirrel, but she reminds me of my grandma. I still miss my old tree house where I happily lived for 3 years ever since I was a baby squirrel. Yes, it was damaged by a storm 3 weeks ago. I wrote a letter to Penguin when I lost my house. She sought me and found me who had one injured leg due to the disaster. Penguin carried me to the blue train where she lives with Brown Bear, Giraffe, Elephant and Pig. You should meet them one day. I am now living with my new family who loves me. We travel to different parts of the big wide world, meet new friends and have many adventures together. Your friend Squirrel. Dear Badger, I've made a new friend, and it was a baby owl. She came to our train silently. I was unaware of her until I discovered she followed me for a few days. It was a baby owl, and yet it was taller than me. I've read about owls, that there are many types of owls in the world. Little owl, barn owl, snowy owl, great grey owl, and many more. But as for her, I really have no idea. I'll just call her Little Owl. This was my first time encountering a baby owl. She has big round eyes like a small clock on the wall of your house. Little Owl used to look intently at me when I wake up and when I sleep, when I eat my breakfast and when I wash my dishes. We all thought she could be a wandering baby owl that got lost, and hence we launched a special mission, finding her mom or letting her mom to find her. For 3 days, Little Owl, Penguin and I sat in a box under a huge birch tree, waiting for their reunion. But her mom didn't show up, and we were at a loss. 1 week later, Little Owl had learned to fly. I felt that she may be leaving soon to look for her mother the day she knew how to fly. And so I sent her off to the wood one morning with a heavy heart. Yesterday night I heard hoot hoot sound of owls. Yes, I believe there were 2 owls that made the lovely hoot hoot owl sound. I hope my new friend Little Owl is already reunited with her mother. Your friend Squirrel. Dear Badger, it is snowing here since early morning. I wonder what you are doing now with Papa and Mama Badger. Today I decided to climb to my favorite spot of an old tree. It is 10 miles from your house. Read letters and write letters. And thank you for sending me a bag of blueberries. I enjoy eating my favorite pancakes with your delicious blueberries. Now I have about 7 letters to write. Dear Badger, that's you. Dear Beaver, he's often busy in his farm or building dams. Dear Polar Bear, he used to sign his name with his large paw print. Dear Deer, he is always busy in his old clock shop. Dear Fox, he has moved to a new house again. Dear Swallow, he used to fly to my house to deliver his letters. Dear Horse, his letters are full of haze. As the snow was falling down and the sun was setting, I slowly drifted off to sleep after writing letters for a few hours. Penguin and Giraffe went from one tree to another, searching for me earnestly, and found me, still sleeping and hugging the letters. Giraffe carried me, still sleeping, and Penguin carried my basket full of letters. They said, "It is time to go home for dinner." I wish they have not found me, for I was having a good dream on the tree. Your friend Squirrel. Dear Badger, my lovely garden has attracted a hen. For many days, she strolled through my garden area, searching for something. She was often found sitting under my plants during the daytime, making cluck 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 sound, but during the night she would hide in my storeroom, resting and sleeping. It was only on one morning that I found out she laid 6 eggs in my storeroom. Mother Hen was very quiet, shy and polite. She apologized for taking up a little space in my storeroom, but I was happy to let her stay there. Taking care of Mother Hen was our top priority, where for many days we fed her with nutritious meals and even wrapped her in a blanket at night to keep her warm. The blanket was lovingly made by Giraffe. After waited for 10 days, all the eggs have finally hatched. 6 little chicks, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, I named them, were very small, sweet and charming. They loved to follow me everywhere. But they and Mother Hen suddenly disappeared one morning. We found no trace of them in the storeroom and in my garden, except a letter from Mother Hen. In her letter, she wrote about her plans to bring her 6 chicks to see the world and to visit distant relatives. She also thanked us for our hospitality, the accommodation and meals that she received, and promise will visit us someday. We will miss them dearly. Your friend, Squirrel. Dear Badger, do you still remember how we first met? Well, let me tell you a story. About a few months ago, there was a badger family on board Brown Bear's train with a very special request: collect wildflowers on the spectacular flower hill. I happened to be on the same train on that particular day. The badger family said they were having a holiday and that there was nothing better than to go to the flower hill, collect wildflowers, have tea and cookies, and preening and rolling in the grass like a badger during a holiday. The journey to the flower hill took about an hour long, but we were glad to have Duck with us, for she brought with her quite a lot of fresh breads and cakes, which means our tummies were well taken care of during the entire journey. And here is a drawing of 6 of us carrying baskets of wildflowers that we have collected. It was a busy day and fun as well. The day we spent on the flower hill was truly wonderful. We set off home after about 2 hours, strolling on the flower hill collecting beautiful wildflowers, without preening and rolling on the grass. Papa Badger was fast asleep after he returned to his seat, sleeping and hugging his bag of flowers. As for Mama Badger, she has already started planning for the next place to explore. She said she will let us know once she discovers new Badger's favorite destination on the map. As for Little Badger, that is you. He was bored sitting next to Duck, who was reading her monthly pastry magazine, and asked me what was I doing. And I told him I was reading a letter from a friend. He said he would like to be my pen pal as well. I thought that was a great idea. And that is how I met you, and we became friends. You, Badger, became my very dear friend. Your friend, Squirrel.